Our first guests have 5 Oscars, 10 Emmys, and 13 Golden Globes between them. That is insane. Please welcome Meryl Streep and Tom Hanks. Favorite people in the world. Really, you both are.
Well, one of ours.
Yeah, thank you so much. Well, what do you feel?
Today, I feel like I'm lucky I've been invited to the couch.
No. Oh.
No, in a good way. I mean,
yeah.
You know, it's all right.
All right.
Okay.
We still love you.
I'm in love with you.
All right.
Yeah, both of you.
Both of you. Hey, I like your shirt.
Oh, thank you very
Time's
much.
up.
That's nice.
Time's up.
Yep. Yep. They put something over here. You're looking for this?
Yes.
What is it?
It's one for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
And yours is happier.
Thank you.
Right.
They're both happy. You have one too. That's fantastic. Did you make these
no,
made?
I didn't knit them.
No.
They were. They're a gal, lingua franca. She did them up last night for all of us, and
thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hey, how come y'all hadn't worked together before? I think everyone is so surprised to hear that this is the first time working together on the movie The Post, but you had met before, obviously.
Sort of. I mean...
We sort of had, but it wasn't really memorable.
Right? Well,
No, here's the thing. When you know somebody famous,
yes,
and you think
we know each other because we're famous and we've been on TV.
And I've seen you in movies, and I think maybe I did. It was
at the Shakespeare in the Park, and you were already seated, and Rita and I were walking to our seats, and I said something like, "We never really met." I said,
yeah.
Hey, Meryl, hey, Meryl, and you said,
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
You both sound very Italian all of a sudden. Meryl, Tom. So when you first started working together, did you have surprises to learn traits?
I had the days marked on the calendar of when I would show up to work and be in a scene with her at the same time.
I was really glad to work with you because you're so funny, and we're in a serious movie, and I knew that injection of wit and style and kind of getting the joke, you know, every real story, even the hardest ones, have something funny.
Yes, there is.
And you brought that.
You know who's really funny is her trumpeteers. The guys that enter the room before she does and blow the trumpets.
Trumpeteers. Wow.
She has a copyrighted fanfare for Meryl. That is a number of notes on. Do you know it by any chance? The fanfare for Meryl.
We'll try to get it.
Like, she has the little drapes that say MS on it. The guys in epaulets and what have you.
Trying to break my...
Everybody, we were on, this is what we would do. We would be in this, a couple of times, like when we were in the newsroom scene, we would work in the morning, we knew that she was coming in. We were all like dogs in the backyard, who all of us, we're all just, we're like dogs hearing the postman, because all of a sudden a word would come out or someone would see that Kay Graham has entered into the newsroom, and we would all just straighten up.
Yeah, because it's a movie about a room. Newsrooms used to be all male.
Yes.
So when you heard that click, click, click coming down the hall, that
was.
Straighten up and fly right.
Hey, can I ask a question? There was a moment in the Golden Globes the other night where you went to the bar to get a tray of martinis, which, by the way, is very impressive. If you ever waited tables, which I have, carrying one martini, much less a tray of martinis, very tricky. They need to redesign that glass. But it should go in. It should completely curl in to protect it. Anyway, why did you get that job?
I was at a table. She's on antibiotics because she's getting over the flu, so she couldn't have one. But I was at a table where somebody who I love very much.
He brought 4 of them, and he brought them under my nose.
I was told to go get martinis. And so what I did was, coming down through it, oh, there I am.
Yeah.
That's one of the people who asked for a martini, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg.
Yeah. But it was like I was one of those truckers on mountain roads with a load full of nitroglycerin. I have never been more nervous carrying something through.
Delivering it to Steven Spielberg, sure. Yeah. And you were in the room, obviously, when Oprah, our future president,
Thank you.
was...
Our future vice president.
Yeah. I mean, what a speech, huh?
What a speech, a barn burner.
Yeah. Did you hear what Stedman said?
No.
So Stedman was asked, and Stedman said, it really is up to the people. She would absolutely do it. That was from Stedman. So I don't think he would say that without permission.
You know
why? Where do I send the check?
Yeah,
you know?
I know.
While she was speaking, out on the patio of the Hilton Hotel, the water's separated in the pool. And some of the staff were walking down along the tile from the deep end and up and getting out. And it stayed there for a while, and then it mushed back in.
That's what she does.
But she did part the waters there. It was very, very impressive.
That's Oprah.
But you realize how we thirst for that. We really want that kind of elevated, aspirational, can-do, optimistic, attachment to the principles of our country.
Caring of people and paying attention to who's watching, these young girls that are watching, and actually knowing that words have power. And
you bet.
All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll talk about the movie. We'll be back.
Are you sure we're striking the right tone here, Ben?
Oh, we're going to do this again.
No, the new style section. Sometimes that stiletto party coverage can be a little
handling
mean.
it. I'm looking for a new editor.
Yes, are you? Because I know I've talked to you about this before. You are losing female readership, and I think you might want to focus more on what women...
Catherine, keep your finger out of my eye.
We're back with the amazing Meryl Streep and Tom Hanks.
I didn't want that to be the case.
What's that?
I was afraid I actually had pissed Meryl off.
Oh, that is from The Post. Tell everybody what the movie is about.
Well, it's about a lot of things, but it's about one week in 1971 that was sort of really important in our history. And it's a time when the Washington Post decided to continue publishing the Pentagon Papers, something that the New York Times had begun. Nixon tried to shut it down. It was the first time that the government had preemptively tried to stop the presses before they wrote a story. And it was about the week in which a woman ran the newspaper, which was very, very unusual in those days. They weren't even allowed to be reporters. Our friend Nora Ephron, who the film is dedicated to, she graduated at the top of her class from a really, really great college, went to Newsweek at the time that Katharine Graham owned it, and applied for a job as a reporter. And the man looked at her and said, well, you can be a secretary, you can be an assistant, but reporters are men. Writers are men. And that was the way it was. It was not that long ago. I was graduating from college that year. So I remember how different the world was. And so it fell to this woman to make the decision. And she happened to have the greatest managing editor of a newspaper, Ben Bradley. And they had a working partnership that was sort of a template for the best of how men and women can work together.
There's a moment when, honestly, most of the people who are in power at the newspaper are telling her, do not publish these papers. You will go to jail. You will lose the newspaper. You will be convicted of treason, and it will be ruinous. And there was one guy saying, there's no reason to have a newspaper unless we print this stuff. So you got to publish, you got to publish.
Which is it's amazing how similar kind of what's happening right now with the press being attacked and being called fake news.
Yeah.
And it's very, I think, closely related.
Yes, it is. Their legitimacy taken away. And our film is about standing up and the cost of it
Yep.
And the importance of it.
The importance of it, absolutely. I was reminded this morning, the last time I saw you, we were at the White House, and we were getting the Medal
How about that day?
getting the Medal
like
of Freedom.
That. Yeah, that
and you also have one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's amazing that the three of us have received this amazing, you know, award from this amazing man.
Yeah.
That, you know.
What did your certificate say on it? Because everybody's like, okay, so hey, this goes to Ellen DeGeneres, pioneer, leader, entertainer, social engineer, advocate.
Yes.
To Meryl Streep, educator, artist, actress, filmmaker, social advocate, pioneer, and the rest. Mine said Tom Hanks, actor.
No, it didn't.
That was it.
Yeah.
That's all I got. Not like former bellboy. Nothing was on there.
Didn't even list the bellboy. Wow.
I got actor.
That's a shame. All right, we're going to take a break, and I have a little challenge for the two of you. I don't know what it is yet, but I have one. We'll be back.
Good.
This lot seem bound to do the same, but they will rue the day.
She travels.
Oh, yeah,
Right?
that's true.
Yeah. We're back with Meryl Streep and Tom Hanks, and so here's a question, because there's been so many films that both of you have done. What is your favorite role that Tom has played in what film?
Oh, wow.
My favorite one?
So
man.
Many.
No.
So many.
Oh, no, right. I mean, immediately I thought Sully, Bridge of Spies, because it's most recent ones, but I really love Charlie Wilson's War. I really love Forrest Gump.
Okay. What is your favorite movie and role?
You run the gamut with her because there's something like Devil Wears Prada.
Right.
In which she's bigger than and accurate to life all at the same time. And I would go with Sophie's Choice was something that was...
That was great.
Lieutenant's Woman.
Yes.
That was another one.
Out of Africa?
Out of Africa, and also when she played the Iron Lady, I thought that was how do
good.
how do you do that?
All right.
Don't know how you do that.
But because you're both brilliant actors, thespians, I would like to challenge you. You mentioned Forrest Gump, and I have a quote from Forrest Gump here that this will be you if it were you in this role. So you can either play it the way you would have done it or exactly as he did it, your choice.
Oh, wow.
And then I am going to give Tom the same challenge. So your choice. Do you want to do it your way or the way he did it?
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
That was excellent. Yeah, that was good. All right, Devil Wears Prada. You got to top that.
All right. I'm just gonna take the shot. Take the shot. Oh, get out the guest list. We need to start working on the seating chart. Oh, by all means, move at a glacial pace. You know how that thrills.
That is my tip.
That's all.
This is Toy Story, so you'll wear a prop.
Oh, dear. Oh, it just goes on and on.
You are a toy! You aren't the real Buzz Lightyear. You're an action figure. You are a child's plaything.
All right.
With my eyes closed, that was exactly what it is.
Yeah, we close our eyes. All right, this is...
right.
Iron Lady.
Oh, here we go.
Man,
oh,
oh,
that's
man.
fantastic.
All right. Bear with me
That's the
now.
real one.
Bear with me now.
It's the wig you used. Yep.
This is the real one?
Yep, that's the one.
Roy did a hell of a job. This is all looking right into the camera. With all due respect, sir, I have done battle every single day of my life, and many men have underestimated me before. This lot seem bound to do the same, but they will rue the day.
All right. We have to break, and I have a surprise.
Can I keep this?
Yes, you can, and you can keep this. We'll be right back.
Thank you very much.
We're back with Meryl Streep and Tom Hanks, and you know, I don't know if you know this, Meryl, but Tom has been here so many times. He actually was the one who coined the phrase riff-raff room. We have the riff-raff room.
There, right?
There's, I don't know, yeah.
There they are.
Yeah.
Look at him.
So,
by all means, don't buy anything at that shop.
that just happens to be there. It's a coincidence.
Exit through
but Tom has his own seat here. And I felt that that's not right. You should also have your own seat. So, Andy, will you show them? This is your... You now have your own seat.
Oh, my God! Oh, my God! That's so cool!
Yeah. You have your own seat.
All right.
Thank you!
Yep.
I don't recall where mine...
Yours is... she's in front of you. Yours is...
Further
if you'll
back.
stand up, ma'am, with the...
Just one
Yeah,
back.
just behind her. Yeah.
So Meryl's seat is in front of my seat.
Yes.
So she has a better seat.
Yes.
But can I just point out that behind every successful woman sits a loudmouth, wisecracking
I see.
guy
You've got a point.
who explains everything to her. So what will happen is something will happen, and I will lean forward and say, Ellen just did something that was really, really funny, and you should enjoy it.
Okay,
Yeah,
thanks.
that's what y'all would be like in the audience.
Can you pat your hair down just a little bit?
Thank you. Thanks,
You guys, I
Tom.
love you both.
That's
The
what I
Post
need,
is in
man
select
handler.
cities, in select theaters now, but opens nationwide this Friday. I want to thank Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep. I'll see you tomorrow. Be kind to one another. Bye.
Kind of.